Shalom. I'll start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Chakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And I'm just responding to a comment that was left on my page. And this is from Spiritual Food 144. Shalom, elder Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Brakatah. And just call me Karatazah. I'm no elder. He says, in my spirit, I get zealous to do videos, but I'm not fully learned regarding all of the breakdowns, but I know some. Do I do videos, speak on things that I'm learned on and grow along the way? Or do I just wait until I have completely ate the whole roll and then start doing videos? Well, in the time that we're coming into, brothers are learning pretty quickly. And some brothers are, growing up at a certain level, at a certain pace. Some brothers more rapid than other brothers. But if whatever you're learned on now, hey, be on fire for it. But things that you're not strong in, I would actually, grow some more. Scriptures talk about desiring the sincere milk, of the word that you may grow thereby. If you're a babe, you're really only supposed to be dealing with the fundamental basics of the scriptures. The strong meat is for those that are experienced, that have been in for a minute. All right. So if you can't contain yourself, it's like you constrain yourself and the fire's burning upon you to do a video, just as long as it's sound doctrine and you know where you learned it from, then by all means. And real quick, let me get a quick scripture in the book of Job, because sometimes you can't, help yourself. The spirit will be on you. This is Job 32 and verse 8, and it says, "For I am full of matter, the spirit within me constraineth me," meaning I'm full of words. The spirit within me it's compelling me, right? "Behold, my belly is as wine which have no vent. It is ready to burst like new bottles. I will speak that I may be refreshed," meaning relieved. "I will open my lips and answer." Okay. And we all get that, that spirit of zeal, that fiery spirit, that you want to actually speak, especially if you know it. All right. You're going to be bold in the spirit and you're going to break it down precisely. All right. So, that's a quick answer to your question. All right. You said your spirit get, zealous to do videos, but you're not fully learned regarding all the breakdowns. Well, the things that you're not familiar with, if you never heard of the breakdown, don't go into it. All right. It's an apocrypha that says not to profess the knowledge that you don't have. Let's go to that in Sirach 3. It is Sirach chapter 3 and verse 25. It says, "Without eyes thou shalt want light. Profess not the knowledge, therefore, that thou hast not." Now, you want to speak what you know. As a matter of fact, let me get 2 Timothy, I think it's 3 and 15, 14. Yeah, Second Ezra. I said Second Ezra. 2 Timothy 3 and 14. It says, "But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them." And you watching Great Millstone, you're to understand and know, that Great Millstone is who laid the foundation of your teaching. So that's why, like, when you hear us open up our videos, we give double honors to the elder apostles of the Great Millstone, because that's who taught us. All right. It says, "Continue the things that thou hast learned. If you learn under Great Millstone, continue in those teachings." It says, "And has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and that from a child thou hast known the Holy Scriptures." which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Mashiach Yahushai. And you come in this thing as a babe, as a child, and you grow in the scriptures. You learn the fundamental basic scriptures, things that ain't too heavy, and then you grow. You gain the complete understanding of it, and then you go into the more deeper things. All right. And you don't want to fall into the condemnation of the devil by being a novice, lifted up with pride because you learned a bunch of scriptures. You don't want to fall into that. You still want to, maintain a humble aura about yourself. And that's when the Lord will start to actually deal with you. Okay. But regarding the breakdowns that if you on point and it's sound, then by all means, because you even had Apollos, who was, he was very strong in the doctrine dealing with the baptism of John, but he didn't accurately have the full understanding on Yahushai. So let's get Acts 18 real quick. So you might relate to Apollos. This is Acts 18. Yeah, Acts 18, and I'm gonna start at 23. It says, and after he had spent some time there, he departed and went over all the country of Galatia and Phrygia in order strengthening all the disciples. And a certain Jew named Apollos, born at Alexandria, an eloquent man and mighty in the scriptures, came to Ephesus. This man was instructed in the way of the Lord, and being fervent in the spirit, all right, he had that spirit of zeal like you have, right? He spake and taught diligently the things of the Lord, knowing only the baptism of John. So he was thoroughly knowledged in the baptism of John. So that's what he spoke. And he taught it very diligently and very accurately. And he was on fire in what he knew. All right. But he didn't have the whole spectrum. So he needed to be taught. And this is when you had Aquila and Priscilla that pretty much, took him aside and elaborated more in the understanding. So it says, and he began to speak boldly in the synagogue, whom when Aquila and Priscilla had heard, they took him unto them and expounded unto him the way of the Most High more perfectly. So he still had to be instructed on more things to make him complete in the understanding. And when he was disposed to pass into Achaia, the brethren wrote, exhorting the disciples to receive him, who when he was come, helped them much which had believed through grace. For he mightily convinced the Jews, and that publicly showing by the scriptures that Yahushai was Mashiach. So he became a big help, once they elaborated and taught him, the more that he needed to know. And he became a complete teacher. So he had already been teaching. He just needed further elaboration on, more of the teachings concerning Yahushai. So he didn't teach what they knew until he learned it from them. So that proves that you got to be taught. Just like the Ethiopian eunuch that Philip went to. He had to expound upon the prophecy of Isaiah the 53rd chapter. He said, understand what thou readest? He said, how can I understand except some man guide me? So whatever you do know, teach that. But whatever you don't know, you're gonna have to, grow along the way, like you mentioned, until you come to complete understanding. But just don't go aside and start going into things that you can't really handle. Just stay within confines of the milk of the scriptures. Okay. So I hope that answered your question. And feel free if any other you brothers or sisters have got any questions, I'll be pleasure to answer it. Right? Because we do these videos, not only just to call out and rebuke other guys, but we do these videos for exhortation and edification. Our job is to build you up in the understanding. So anyway, I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Until the next lesson, Shalom.